families. My name is Beatriz Martinez and I'm the proud principal at Anthon Elementary. And today we're reaching out to you to discuss the learning model selection. So here at Anthon, we need to partner with you to make the final learning model selection in Skyward by Friday, September 4th. If you don't know how, please come to Anthon and we will be happy to walk you through it. Also a video in the district website that has step-by-step instructions on how to manage Skyward. Well, the Skyward account is going to be highly used this year and on for you to have access to your student grades, the attendance, the daily wellness screener, the learning model selection, and the current parent contact information. We are preparing as carefully as possible so that your scholar, has a welcoming, good experience for your little one for September 14th that's coming up. Okay, we want to make sure that we're well organized, we have a well thought out plan so that it is safe and it's a unique experience for our little scholars. So the facilities, the teachers, and all the staff are ready to embrace your little scholars for them to have a learning experience that is memorable. So here are some options for you to make a decision on.
Hi, I'm Assistant Principal Walbert, here to let you know what are some of your options for choosing a learning mode. The two choices are in-person learning and virtual learning. So, what do these options look like at Anthon? Well, for virtual learning, we have asynchronous learning that happens for 3 hours of daily instruction. TEA requirement is that for pre-K through 2nd grade students, the instruction happens asynchronously. This means that asynchronous work allows for students to be working independently. This is not something that the teacher is directly leading the learning. To go above and beyond the TEA expectations though, Anthon is going to be providing some synchronous opportunities for our young scholars to learn. Students will be invited to some live sessions with their teachers. There's going to be a daily login requirement. So students are going to be expected to be showing evidence that they're present in the virtual classroom every day. Internet access is something that is required. Once school opens, Anthon will no longer be available for families to come in and access our Wi-Fi. We want you to be aware that UCISD has ordered devices for one-on-one technology access. However, those devices are not going to be available until after the end of the first quarter. So you kind of are familiar with what the virtual instruction has been looking like already. Let's look at what it's going to look like when students come back to in-person learning. In-person learning will first provide face-to-face instruction with your child's teacher. So the teacher that they've gotten used to in their virtual classroom right now will remain the same teacher. Your child is going to have rotations, PE, recess, and lunch just like in a typical school year. But it's going to look a little different than last year. Except for PE, recess, and lunch, students will be remaining in the same classroom. The rotations are going to rotate to the students. We're also having increased safety protocols. So what does this really look like? In common areas, which are areas where we're going to be holding more than one classroom of kids, we will be making sure that social distancing of 6 feet apart is upheld. But in the classroom, things look a little bit different. We're going to keep students distanced as much as we possibly can. But this is going to depend on the size of the individual classroom and how many students are placed in that classroom. Masks are also being highly encouraged for all students. All staff members will be required to wear a mask. Additionally, there will be a daily wellness screening that we're asking for families to complete even before our scholars set foot on campus. Finally, we're having smaller class sizes. Now, what does a smaller class size really mean? Well, TEA has changed their guidelines, so there's no longer a requirement for a certain number of square feet per student. This may mean that some classrooms have all 22 students that are already back in person learning, while other classrooms may have fewer students attending in person. Now, the reason for this imbalance is that UCISD predicts that we're going to have more students that come back to in-person learning as the school year progresses. So we are going to preserve the relationships that we have established between the student, the teacher, the classroom, and the parents to allow to have really good relationships and look out for our social and emotional well-being of our students.
So Ms. Wilbur was just explaining the two learning models. Both models include the following. The courses are taught by our UCISD teachers. All students will participate in district and state assessments. All students will also have an option to switch models at the end of the quarter. The 2020 district calendar will remain the same as well. Daily instruction at Anthon is from 7:40 to 3:15 p.m. and the district grading policy will be followed. Once again, we are really excited and looking forward to having your scholar here with us on September 14th for them to have a wonderful experience, and we hope to show you and your scholars a memorable experience and have all the academic success that we had last year. Thank you, and we look forward to seeing you.